Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video for you guys. And real quick, you know what? I'm a no bullshit type of guy, and I'm just gonna flat out say it, okay? We need to get over this whole thing about the Pixel 10a and the Pixel 9a and upgrade, 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 don't upgrade them, don't upgrade, don't upgrade. Try saying that pretty quickly. I stumbled there on that one. Anyhow, yes, we get it. The 10a is not like the grandest upgrade from the Pixel 9a. That's apparent. That's a thing. You know what? But there are people out there who are going to be interested in maybe moving over to a Google Pixel, and maybe they don't want to go for something like this. Maybe this is not their forte. Maybe $700, $800 is not their forte, and that's what the A series devices come. That's where we get it from. That's the thing. That's the overall thing is getting the Pixel experience with a much affordable price. And the 9A is definitely worth picking up right now, especially if you can get it for like 350 bucks or whatever, whatnot. I mean, there are very valid points than getting the Pixel 10a. However, the Pixel 10a does have a few things up from the Pixel 9a. That being number one, that 7 years of software support goes a year longer than the Pixel 9a. Even though the Pixel 9a gets 7 years, you got to think about it. The 10a came out after, so it's going to get that additional year. If that means something to you, and it is very important. The other thing that you have to also consider is the level up in AI. Now, not everybody cares about AI, and if that's the case, boom, get the 9A, you're totally fine. Now, the 9A does have some AI features from Gemini that are usable on the 9A, but there are some that go to the 10A that the 9A will not get. And I mean, if that's important to you, that's the reason to choose a 10A. If not, go with the 9A and save you some money. A lot of the hardware components from the 9A are in the 10A. And so a lot of the upgrade points in the 10A happen to do but not just software alone, but AI. And that's really where Google's main focus is at. If you haven't got that by now, then where the hell have you been? AI is the forefront for Google. It pretty much is. Simple as that. And that's where the 10A comes in. But it doesn't mean that you have to upgrade. If you're a 9A user, you definitely don't have to upgrade. I can tell you guys that. And if you're looking to get cheaper, the 9A is going to have you covered for sure. Same experience? Yeah. Cheaper? Yeah. This is a go. The point I'm making to everybody in this video is I see a lot of it, right? I see a lot of it talking about don't get the 10A, don't get the 10A, don't get the 10A. And it's like, yeah, there is some truth behind it, but don't put it so negatively. That's like, there's no reason for an existence for a 10A. I mean, Google wants to bring something to the table. And while a lot of us can sit here and say, well, you really didn't have to do a device this year if you weren't going to do any major upgrades. Furthest from that, because I can tell you guys this much, if they never came with the 10A, if they were like, the 9A was so good, let's just skip the 10A. Then there would have been people making videos talking about, hey, Google, where's the 10A? Maybe some video saying that the A series is gone. I mean, let's get real. When it comes to the tech enthusiast community, there's no pleasing anybody. That is absolutely for sure. There's always going to be the things that, come that are like, okay, these are just very minor bumps. And then people are going to be like, oh, this is the reason why you shouldn't upgrade. And then they're going to change their tune and be like, this is the reason why you should upgrade. It's like, you're going to see contradictions. You're going to see hypocrisy all over the place. Just understand this. It comes down to basic points, okay? If you want to save more money and come over to the Pixel lineup without going for something like this, you want to save some money, the 9A's got you covered. But if you really want the newest of the A series and a little bit more AI treatment, well then, to be honest, the 10A is where it's at. But yeah, if you have an old Pixel device, Pixel 5, Pixel 6, Pixel 7, upgrading to a 10A is a good choice. Save money, choose a 9A, you're getting pretty much 90% of what the 10A is going to offer in the 9A, with just a few lack of AI features that people really don't care about.